Hello everyone, today we're working on a 2008 Chevy Uplander. We're having some trouble with the sliding door on the driver's side. And this door will come partway open, and that's where it stays. And the cable will come down here in this track. So we're going to try and figure this out. I got the key fob here, and we're going to hit that key fob. The door opens just partway and it stops. And if I hit the button again, I can hear a couple clicks up in here where the motor is at, but it's just not wanting to open. You can manually open it, but as you manually open it, here comes the cable that's responsible for moving that door back and forth. And what they have back here is a pulley right here where that cable wraps around. I'm wondering if it just came off track or what. We're going to take out that light fixture there in the back, and we're going to see what that looks like back here with this cable. But just to give you some idea what it's doing, so if you got that on your vehicle, we can figure out what's going on. Okay, to take out this back light fixture, you're going to open up the hatch, and I believe it's a T30. Got two screws in here that are T30 head. There's a couple of pins over here. You can pull them right off the keepers over here. And if you want, you can unplug that light fixture and get it out of the way. It looks like our pulley system's right over here. There's a T30 screw right there. Right here on the side. That will allow us to take off the cover for that cable. And that cable looks like it's getting frayed. Looks like we got some problems with that. Okay, this cable goes through a power head that's on the other side of the of this panel on the inside of the van. And what's happened is somehow or another some damage has occurred through that power head, which grabs this cable and moves that door in and out. Now I've talked to the owner of the vehicle, and he does not want to spend the money on the unit, because you have to replace that whole power head and cable that goes through it as an assembly. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this into a manual door, so it just opens and closes by the handle, and you can do it that way. And we're going to go through the procedure to do that. So if any of you out there have an older one, you don't want to put the money into that motor head, I can show you how to make it back into a manual door. And when you grab this door, we want to get that cable out of the way because it's binding up in that head. It's not working like it should. So we're going to eliminate that cable, and that cable hooks onto this track. One side hooks here, and it goes around that cable, or around that pulley I should say, and then back in through that motor head inside the van. And the other side comes around the front where that door latches and attaches on the other end of this track slide. So what we're going to do is eliminate the cable right here at the track, front and back, and get out as much of that cable as we can. And it'll be out of the way, and then it's just a matter of buttoning things up, and you'll have just a regular open sliding door. So we're going to go ahead and start doing that and show you the procedure on that. Okay, this is the rear cable right here. Right here is where it goes on that track at the rear of the door. What we're going to do is I'm going to snip it right there, flush right there with the, if I can get it. It's tough, it's cable. I got to work through. There it goes. Okay, and we can pull that on out and get it out of the way. And on the front side right here, and that's going to be a tough one to get to, there's another one there that we got to get cut off. And that's going to be set up just like this back one, but it's right here on the front side of that track. Okay, we figured out that this here is going to be an easier way to cut this front cable, is to take the door almost closed, and you can get enough room to get your hand in there, you can actually see what you're doing. Okay. That takes care of the cable. It's nice and close cut, so it's not going to mess with anything. Okay, this cable here up front, we're going to yank it and pull some of it out as far as we can. And I'm using a little snap-on side cutter. It's kind of a little miniature one. They make a bigger one too, but you aren't going to be able to fit that in here. But this little one works pretty good. And I'm going to cut this back about as far as I can. There. Okay. That gets that piece out. Okay, and then we're going to go to the back. We're going to do the same thing on the back. We're going to grab a hold, pull it back a ways. We're just going to snip it. There it goes. Okay, that gets the cable out of the way. Okay, now the door, like I said, it's going to function just like a regular sliding door. It's got a catch back there to stop it from rolling. You got to overcome that to close it. So it works nicely. Okay, and then we're going to put this back up. There's one other thing inside that you have to do, and that is to unhook the motor. Go back in here in the back of the van, and that motor head assembly is right underneath this cover. And I've removed this seat here so I can get at everything. And that power head's right here. And there's a plug-in for that motor right here. We're going to disable that. And it's kind of a booger to get at. I just use the Leatherman to get a hold of it. And there's a little tab down here you push to pop it out. There it goes. Okay, that'll disable the motor for that power head. And we put everything back together right up here. Pop your trim back on. And that's pretty much it for switching it back to a mechanical door. Okay, we got the driver's side done as far as making the door back to mechanical and non-powered. I took it for a drive and we've got a dinger going off. And in order to get that dinger to go off, we're going to have to disable the passenger side, and we're going to have to pull out the fuse for that power door. And we're going to do the same treatment on the passenger side as we did on the driver's side. I've already done that. And then inside, we've got to unhook that power head as well. And the way you do that is under these covers. Pop them up. Like so. And down inside here, there is a yellow and a red wire. And there's a connector right down there by the power head. And it is not an easy one to get to, if you can see it in there. It's kind of right there by my little finger. But we're going to unhook that one. And that's going to kill any power to that power head, so it isn't running when it shouldn't be. So we're going to kill that, and then up front here, let's go up to the side. Side of the dash, got this fuse block, and it's fuse number 21, which is this little blue 15 amp right here. We're going to pull that fuse out. Number 21 is power sliding door. Okay, so you'll probably want to use needle nose pliers on that, and that will disable the modules for the power sliding doors. So now these doors are both openable by hand and closable by hand. And that takes care of the dinger, and everything's mechanical now. We don't have the power doors. So those power heads, I priced those. They're around $600 to $700 a piece, plus probably a couple $100 in labor in putting them in. So you're looking at close to $1,000 a side. If you got an older vehicle, you don't want to put that kind of money in it. You can turn it back to a mechanical door and it works beautiful. So hope this video helps you, and have a great day. Thank you for watching my video. Be sure to check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel at youtube.com/c/DonsOil. I'd like to introduce you to Amsoil Synthetic Lubricants. We have the most complete line of synthetic lubricants on the market that offer you greatly reduced wear, extended drain intervals, longer equipment life. You can check that out at my website, donsoil.com. I also have a website for looking up fluid capacities. It's fluidcapacity.com. You can go there and print off the capacity of your engine oil, cooling system, transmission, transfer case, differentials. Be sure to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/DonSyntheticLubes. Thank you, and have a great day.